in my work, I always talk about it as like from this perspective of radical self-love, from this framework of radical self-love, that we arrive here as love. That is our innate sense of self. We are source, and source is love, and that is how we come here. And then over time, we receive all kinds of messages that disconnect us from that. And so, definitely for myself as a child, there were parts of me that were so deeply connected to wonder and to awe and to magic and to expansiveness and to, I was the kind of kid who anthropomorphized everything. So everything was animated and alive: the washcloth, the soap, the toothbrush. Everything talked in my world. All the things talked. They all had lots of things to say. And there was a way in which I think part of that practice for me was channeling wisdom, channeling the collective connection to divinity that I came here as. And then I got, told that was not right to do, or it was weird, or I was strange, or all of those things. And I definitely got taught that there was a right way to be in a body and a wrong way to be in a body, and I needed to figure out how to get as close to the right way to be in a body. Although there were aspects of me that, no matter what I ever did, was never going to be the right body, because I was never going to be blonde or white or blue-eyed or thin. And so, what do I need to do to try to get closer up what I call the ladder of bodily hierarchy? How do I figure out how to ascend that to as close to the top as I can get? And those things come from our indoctrinations and all of the systems that make up certainly our Western world, our media, our music, our lineages, and the messages that were passed down to them. And so, I got all of that. I got what we all got, the messages about what is a right body and what is a wrong body, and messages about what makes you valuable and what makes you worthy and what makes you unworthy, what makes you deserving, what makes you undeserving. And I put all of that into my little worldview, and then I made assessments about how I needed to be to survive. And I think that is not unique to Sonya. That is what we do as humans, as little kids trying to make sense of the world, when the part of us that is the most innate and true doesn't fit neatly into a system of capitalism, doesn't fit neatly into a system of individualism, doesn't fit neatly into these models that we've been given around productivity and extraction. And so then we're like, oh, well, that part must be wrong. And I think what's interesting is that in reflection, I'm like, oh, it was the most right part about me. It was the most true part about me. It was the most magical and alive and attuned part of me. And I don't think it's accidental that we are taught to squelch that part of ourselves. I think that's purposeful. It makes us very pliable, malleable, manipulable beings in a world. And our power is in our ability to touch into and find magic in everything, to find our bodies wondrous rather than problematic, to find life magical and ethereal and full of delight. Like from that field of imagination, possibility comes. And I think that we've gotten so far from what possibility lies dormant in us, waiting for us to reclaim and recapture those parts of ourselves, so that we have this really robust basket of seeds that we get to scatter in the world.